Hi everyone, it's Miranda here tonight from the Cherish Mum Space and the Cherish Coaching Co. How are you? Now I'm speaking a little bit quietly because I'm looking after my friend's kids and I think they're asleep, but that's okay. I'm just going to do a quick video here for you guys. Now my topic for today, for this week, is talking about how to spend intentional time with your kids and why that is so important. Now, I'm not just going to talk about the fact that it's important with your kids. Okay, obviously it's important to spend intentional time with our children, but why is it important that we put that in place when they're small? Now, I've discovered more and more with my kids about how important that actually is and how glad I am that I've put that into place when they were little kids, because as they get bigger, it gets harder. All right, so stay tuned for some more information about why it's so important. I'm just going to go through a couple of points as to why it's important to do, and I'm also towards the end going to give you a few different ideas on what sort of things you can do, what I do with my kids to create intentional time when we're really busy, and what you guys might like to try. All right, so let's get into it. Now, it's important to spend time with your kids intentionally. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is time that you actually go, I am putting this time aside for my kids, one child at a time. I like to do, of course we do stuff all together, but regularly I do single things with my child. So my eldest will play we'll play Monopoly, we'll go for a walk together, go for a bike ride sometimes. All right, so spending that intentional time is very, very easy, much easier as they're smaller. But as the kids become older, I've found that they don't want to do the stuff that I want to do, which for me is I found really challenging at the start. And I was like, no, we'll just do a puzzle together, that'll be good. Is that something that I wanted to do? I wanted to sit down. I wanted to do something that I felt had an end date as well, so that we could keep moving with the day. Whereas for me, I had to learn to go, you know what, let's just have some time together. We've got half an hour or whatever you want to do in that half an hour that we can physically do, that's possible while I'm looking after other children half the time, that we can do. That's our let's do whatever you think is a good idea. Okay, of course there's sometimes limits and things like that, but so for me, letting the child make a decision as often as I could about what we were going to do was very, very important, especially as they get older. So once they're sort of over the age of 3.5, 4, letting them make the decision sometimes, or yourself make the decision sometimes, and being really aware of when you're trying to influence the decision. So for me, always just continuing to offer more ideas that I liked, I suddenly became aware of the fact that I was just trying to influence and, manipulate their decisions without even realizing it. So, and I didn't want them to feel like that mum doesn't want to do what I want to do. She only wants to do what she wants to do. So for me, that was something that I became aware of. So I challenge you, if you've got kids that are, 4, 5, 6 and older, and they are asking to do things with you, sometimes just try and go, you know what, give me 3 different options and I'll choose the one that we can do. Okay, or here's the limits, what we can do. Let's find something within there, but we can do whatever you want within that space. Okay, so that for me was one of my main things that I learned about intentional time spending with kids as they got older. All right, one of the reasons that I love intentional time is because starting it when they're small kids is so helpful. For starters, you come up with lots of different ideas that they like to do. Also, it means that you're already in a routine of it. And if you fall out of the routine for a couple of months, you can get back into it. It means that you've already got the mentality there. You already know what you want to be doing with your kids. And again, if you have a baby or something significant happens, or you start a new job or something, and you don't spend that time with your child for a while, you already know what to do to fix it. And for me, that is huge, because when you're in that crazy space, sometimes you forget that that's actually quite an easy fix. And other times you remember and go, oh yeah, that's what I really want to be doing. This is what I want to do this week. We're going to spend 2, whatever times together, just us. And you can start to bring that familiarity and that intentional time back with your child. And it means that things should flow a lot more smoothly. All right. The last thing that I was going to share was all about a few different activities that I do with my children. Now, most of you people watching this might know that, yes, I'm a coach. Okay, I'm a parenting coach, and I'm also about to start coaching educators as well. But I have 3 children. Okay, my second one's starting school this year, so I've got an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 3-year-old. Now, it is busy at my house, and making time for each child is very important for me, and to me and to my husband as well. And we understand what each child wants to do, what age level they're at, what they want to be able to do, what they can do, what they can't do, what their interests and likes are. Yeah, that's what we're really interested in as well, making sure that we, do different things for different kids. We don't just say every kid stays up and plays Uno, or every kid has to stay up and do a puzzle, or whatever. Okay, so that's bringing me to my last little point here, some of the activities that I do with our kids. Okay, I just went around the houses a bit, but that's okay. One of the main ones that we do with the kids as they get older is our stay up nights. So we put the other kids to bed right on time, try and make sure they're in bed right on time. We have a stay up night for child A, B or C, and they get to stay up depending on their age. The eldest two get to stay up for an extra half an hour on that one night. We try to do it once a week. It's maybe once every week and a half for each child. And that works really, really well in our family. So we play a game, or sometimes they just go on the iPad if they've had a really big day, and it's just a special time for them that they just get to sit and just play. Usually we try to make sure it's doing something with us, not just screen time. That's on the occasion we do that. So yeah, games, we might paint nails. You guys know that I love doing nail stuff with my kids. That's why I've got non-toxic nail products. Anything else, doing each other's hair, because I've got girls doing makeup and things like that they're really interested in, so I let them do makeup on me. If you've seen some of my stories about that, those sorts of things are what we do. Okay, and the kids love it. I love it. The kids love it. They get to spend one-on-one time with Daddy and I, and that's really, really amazing. So that's one way we do one-on-one time. Another way that we do it, which we are now starting to get better at, going for a walk just with one child. So sometimes my husband can just take, one of the kids for a walk or a ride. Sometimes I can just do that. Going down on taking just one child with us on a shopping trip, all that sort of stuff. They're all ways that we get single child time from somewhere. Okay, so there you go. There's some ideas on why we have intentional child time and how we actually implement it in our house. It's very important. It doesn't have to be one-on-one. Okay, a lot of our parents didn't get to do one-on-one. I love doing one-on-one because I get to really gel with that child in that time, and it really makes me feel like we've got an actual relationship going on. But if you can't make one-on-one, that's completely fine. Find something that you can all do together that you really love, whether it's drawing all at their own ability, or whether it's puzzle night, so you can all do puzzles together every Wednesday or something. Okay, things like that, creating those routines that help you connect as a family, connect as parent to child, are so important. And this is one of the things, again, that I help people with, is actually come up with routines for their family that help them go, you know what, this is what we want to implement every single Wednesday night. And let's talk about how that went. How did that go? What did you do? How can you create that as a really important space for your family? Because this stuff is really important. And if you don't do it now and you want to do it now, you'll wish you had done it now. All right. So there you go. If you do intentional time with your kids, I'd love to hear about it. Okay. Drop a comment below, check out the description, and just check out exactly whatever's going on in the description. There's a free gratitude printable. There's also a free emotions printable as well. If you don't know what to say when your child's having a meltdown, always helpful. Okay, that's very popular as well. Okay, so if you want to grab those free printables, feel free, but otherwise check out the description, check out the comments, and I'll see you soon. I'm Miranda from the Cherish Mum Space, from my friend's house. See you soon. Bye.